Hello, guys, and welcome to our YouTube channel, Real Madrid, where today we are going to be discussing, well, who else can be discussed? It is Kylian Mbappe. It is that transfer saga. It has been something that we have been obsessing over now for nearly 3 years now, almost. At least Florentino Perez is obsessing about it for 3 years now, and this is just another one of those videos where we talk about what has happened and my thoughts and opinions on what could happen, especially looking at all the updates from journalists like Fabrizio Romano, seeing what is happening at PSG in the transfer business that they are doing. What could it indicate potentially for us, for Real Madrid, and well, when will this saga end ultimately? So, just to recap, for anyone who is living under the rocks or who has kept himself away from this, Kylian Mbappe had a deadline of July 31st, where he could extend his contract by 1 year, and that is what PSG were hoping for, that he would extend his contract for 1 year, and they were willing to give him a guarantee that he would be sold next year to whichever club he wants. And well, from most reports, he only wants Real Madrid, but Mbappe was adamant that he is not going to sign that extension, and well, he didn't. According to most reputed, renowned journalists, he hasn't signed that extension, and he hasn't agreed to that extension. So clearly now he has only 1 year left in his contract, and his contract will end next summer. Now PSG obviously feel somewhat betrayed by this. I don't know why, because well, the contract was already something that they knew about very well. So and the option was one that the player would activate it, not the club. So again, I don't know why it surprises them so much. I don't know if they had some different internal talks with Mbappe last year when the contract was signed. But again, so the hard and fast of it is that they want to sell him now to anyone, even Real Madrid. So interestingly, PSG want to sell him, Real Madrid want to buy him. So why hasn't the transfer transpired? Why hasn't it occurred? Why hasn't it finished? And the indication is that Mbappe is due a lot of money from PSG for just staying at the club. Basically, if he stays at the club beyond the 1st of August, he gets some 30-40 million euros. And then if he stays for till 1st September, which is when the transfer window ends, he gets another 40 million. I mean, I know it's crazy. It's ridiculous, the kind of contract that he is on. PSG have been totally been scammed, looted. I don't know what's the word. And of course, I'm not blaming the player or his agents. It is their right to get the best deal for him. But how on earth can a football club give out money to its player even before the transfer window ends? I mean, it's shocking, it's ridiculous. But well, that is PSG for you. So PSG really want to sell him. He doesn't want to move before getting the bonus. Now, the first part of bonus, he will be getting the first part because, well, he was at the club beyond the 1st of August. But what next? And again, it seems very unclear what he wants to do. There are a lot of journalists who claim that he will go to Madrid this summer. I'm not so sure, simply because there's a lot of money at stake, and he could get a lot of money just by staying at PSG for 1 year. And I know that PSG's president Nasser Al Khelaifi has, threatened Mbappe with benching him, sidelining him for the whole year, and not playing him, not giving him any significant game time. So in order to diminish his chances of future success. But again, how realistic is it that PSG would bench one of the biggest players and go into the season in a season where they have already lost players like Messi? What kind of sporting project will they have if they are going to bench their biggest player, who is also French? They are a French club. What would the optics look like if they bench France's biggest player in a year where there is Euros, where there are the Olympics? Again, it makes no sense for me to even contemplate that PSG would bench him. So it feels like Mbappe holds all the cards again, and he would probably be very much okay staying at PSG for 1 year, collecting all the money, collecting his hefty salary, collecting the bonuses from PSG, and then next year come to Madrid, get a huge signing on fee again, and get a bigger salary than what he would get now if he was to come, because Madrid would have to pay a transfer fee to PSG to get him. So despite what all the journalists are saying, despite what Fabrizio Romano, Rodrigo Fires, a lot of Spanish journalists, what they are saying, that this deal is very close to being completed, I don't see how it could end up being true. And where does this leave Real Madrid? I think it leaves us in a very precarious situation, because we can't move unless Mbappe gives a green light. We don't know if he's going to give a green light this summer, which means that we can't even approach other targets, because we are not sure. We have targets like Harry Kane. Harry Kane is on the market. He's probably going to join Bayern, but I can't see a situation where Real Madrid go for Kane and they can't outbid and outcompete with Bayern. So again, players like Harry Kane is going to leave. Even Dusan Vlahovic, who I don't rate as highly, but he's a very good striker. He's that number 9, that clinical number 9 that we might need. He might not be a perfect fit for our current system, but he's a good player, and he's on the move. He's on the move from Juventus, and he would probably be going for around 70-80 million total, or in exchange with Lukaku towards Chelsea. And again, I don't see how we cannot outbid them. But we can't, because we are waiting for Mbappe. Mbappe is not willing to give a clear signal as of now, and we are stuck. And Barcelona is probably going to win the league again, because Carlo Ancelotti, he's a good coach when he has the stars, but he cannot get a tactical scheme to function with young players, with young emerging players, in a very efficient manner. We have seen that last season. We are probably seeing that in the preseason this time, and I don't see how we can compete for trophies with Carlo and the youngsters without a focal number 9. So let's just see this. I don't see him coming this summer. Final thoughts. I don't think he's coming this summer, and we are in for a rough ride. But that's just my opinion. Do let me know what you think about it. Cheers. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Hala Madrid.